guys, so I guess I need to do another quick one because there's something on my mind. If you haven't been on the channel, for a while, um, I'm a progressive Christian, but there is some points where I'm like, I think we've taken the identity thing just a little crazy. Because for me, here's where I'm moderate. Because for me, from a liberal standpoint, well, a child of God. You know, I think, and any comments that say, otherwise I will discuss with you respectfully, but that is the point I'm not backing down on. We all are children of God, we all love, we all care, and so that's not the problem. The problem is all the specialization that we've gone into, like, oh, well, I'm this identity, and to be honest, I care because the person cares. I'm a bit like Ted Lasso in this regard. Like, if a person tells me I'm, let's say, asexual or homosexual, I don't know what that is, but if someone explained to me what it was, I mean, I know what asexual is, but I don't know what homosexual really is. If someone explained it to me, it would be like, great, I love you, can you get the door, please? Like, for me, it's not a big deal. And for me, I think we've gotten to this stage where we're making a big deal out of really insignificant things, and the things we should be making a big deal out of, such as making sure everybody has food, security, you know, Maslow's hierarchy of needs, food, security, belonging, and those types of things. Those are the things we need to work on. And I know this video won't be popular because for a lot of people, claiming their identity is part of the healing, and I honor that and I respect that. I just don't think that having different identities on a form should be the main focus. I think, like, the prefer not to say and the other on the form, sure, but when it gets to the, I just don't think pronouns on an email really amount to the change that I think it's a band-aid for the symptom. Like, it's unfortunately that we need that in this society right now. 'Cause yeah, people are just people, and so I'm talking about this because I watched, like, the Rachel Divide. It's an older documentary on Netflix, and it's about this woman in Spokane, Washington, who claimed she identified as Black, and that Black was a social construction. Now, I'm kind of in the middle, as I am with most things, aside from my camera right now, just realizing that. But for me, that was a little bit strange, because it's like, why don't just say, because of everything that happened in my childhood, which she had a very difficult childhood, it sounded like, because of everything in my childhood, I identify more with the Black community than I do with the Caucasian community. And I think that's something we need to do. it's good to be honest about it. But not just, or I guess it kind of got me because here was in a situation where people would tell me I wasn't disabled because I didn't think like them. I wasn't part of the disabled metaphorical community because I didn't think like the other advocates. And so to hear this person say, I feel and think as a African American person when she's Caucasian descent, that was her choice. I honor and respect that choice. But to hear it when I've had so much backlash for just thinking differently, for some reason, that was hard to take. That hit one of my quote unquote triggers, for sure. And I think that's the trouble with identity politics, is not that we're being more careful about it, because we do need to be more careful. The trouble with identity politics is if we split up too much, somebody always feels left out. Somebody always feels like their voice isn't heard, and I'm like, we need to get back to humanness. Something we can all relate to. And don't worry, this isn't coming from some fanatical Christian view. Or, no, it's just saying I think if we split things up too much, then our compassion gets split up as well. Because if there's so many different versions and different ethnic groups, then inevitably hierarchies are going to come up. Where one person is less disabled, less a person of color, less Caucasian than another one. And it's just kind of, that's the whole thing that this movement towards social progress and seeing this is systematic problems is trying to do, but at the same time, if we build those hierarchies, aren't we doing the same thing as we're trying to argue against? That was also one of my main issues with feminism, is it was saying, oh, we need to treat men and women as having equal contributions, but all you heard about the men was that they're oppressive to women's sexuality, and there's creeps out there. I mean, there is. I've experienced some of them on my channel, like, they are out there, but at the same time, to put a blanket statement is always a problem. So, I don't know, it's a very delicate situation, and I think the issue that I take with the whole racial divide is not that she identified as a different ethnicity, it's that she, and maybe this is because I'm too prone to preamble, but I just didn't feel like she was recognizing the impact of her identity choice on people who had been born into the African American experience. Like, again, I have no problem with what she did, so much as the idea that she just said, oh, I'm gonna give this now, and people were like, okay, so, what experience do you have? But because she didn't start off with, I had this experience with very fundamental parents, and, because of that, I identify with this community, and I feel like I'm in kindred spirit. That would have been different than, oh, I identify as black, and then and then fighting for her people, and people are like, but your people are actually the people who need to apologize. So, yeah, always be careful of identity politics, for sure. That's all I'm saying. So, with this in mind, I love you no matter who you are, how you identify, and please take care. God bless. Bye.